first question is about authors writing screenplays. Check it out.
Hello, it's Randall from Ohio. Don't worry, I'm not in Cleveland. This is a question about the writer's strike. If it continues to go on for a long period of time, do you think that studios should start mining authors to finish scripts? You know, authors aren't in the Writers Guild of America, so, you know, would it be a plausible thing to use authors to finish scripts? I'm a writer. I'm not fishing for a gig. I just thought that would be an interesting concept.
Man, it is an interesting question.
What's wrong with Ohio? With Cleveland, though?
Yeah, a lot of people don't like Cleveland for some reason.
No, we're not in Cleveland. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to know, Randall.
A lot of people are starting to ask questions about, okay, could this write and could that write? And look, the idea of authors. Authors are professional writers. That's what they do. And they're, for the most part, I mean, many are, but not members of the WGA. You don't need to be a member of the Writers Guild of America in order to be an author. You can write your book and do whatever you want. So what about going out and getting, if you got some of these scripts that are sitting there unfinished, what about the concept of going out and getting a couple of maybe good authors? Now, the first thing I want to point out is this. Being a book author and being a screenwriter are really two different things. It's totally different stuff. And I never thought it was until I had written a couple screenplays before, and then I wrote my book. And then I realized, oh my, this is totally different. It is completely different trying to write a novel than it is from that. And actually look at even J.K. Rowling, who wrote novels brilliantly. And then when she tried writing screenplays, it seems like she struggled a bit, right? It's two different things, but that's not even the main problem. The main problem that they would come across is this. Well, yes, an author who is not a member of the WGA would not be bound by whatever strike rules the WGA has going on. You run the risk as a production that other union members of other unions are going to say, in solidarity, we are not going to work on this movie if you are using a scab writer. And that's the thing, because listen, right now, there has not been a universal proclamation of solidarity between the WGA, SAG, and DGA on this issue right now, but that could come. And if that does come, and you've got a movie you're trying to do, and you say, hey, don't worry about that we didn't have the script written. We went out and got somebody else to finish it. Well, a member of the Directors Guild just very well say, well, I'm not working on this movie. The screen actors, the actors who are a member of the Screen Actors Guild may very look say, sorry, we can't. If you are going to use scab writers, we will not be in this movie. And so
scab, people are asking what scab is. Scab is like non-union.
Yes, sorry. For those who aren't familiar with the term, thank you.
Philadelphia actually has like a rat icon too, like a mascot for
represent a scab,
scabbers or scabby for scabbers
for people who like cross picket lines
line.
and will that the non-labor union when there's a strike going on, not favorably looked upon. So I think it would be very, very problematic. Plus, again, if you are the studio, forget all that other stuff. Forget the stuff about the directors and the actors. You are furthering damaging your relationship with the Writers Guild in a time that you should be looking for all avenues to bridge the gap and fix. I mean, you may be far apart in your negotiations, but you don't want to do things that's going to cause long-term damage to the relationship. So can you do it? Technically, yes, but you'd be effing yourself pretty good further down the line. We want to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. From the gas pump to the grocery store, your utility bills and favorite streaming services, inflation is everywhere. Seriously, make it stop. Thankfully, there's one company out there that's giving you a much needed break. It's Mint Mobile. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. You guys know that ever since I switched to Mint Mobile, I've been saving almost 70% a month over my old phone plan. For people looking for extra savings this year, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. By going online only and eliminating the traditional cost of retail, Mint Mobile passes the significant savings on to you. All of their plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts. Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. Chris, you are a member of one of those unions of the Screen Actors Guild. So I'm speaking a little bit out of turn, but like, how would members of the Actors Union look at if some production started bringing in, non-union writers to finish off things? Could that impact how the Screen Actors Guild, the Directors Guild all viewed that project?
I think it definitely could. For my union in particular, right? There are non-union films, or there's sometimes a mix of SAG actors and non-union things, especially in right-to-work states. But so for me, a member of SAG-AFTRA, if I were to do a non-union project at any point in time, not when we're striking, but in general, I could be, if I'm found out, I could be kicked out of the union. I would have to go before a committee to see if I could be reinstated, if they'll allow me to. And then I would have to pay my initiation fee again, which when I joined was about $3,100. So
wow,
it is a big investment joining these unions and everything.
Yeah.
So, and it's because for the most part, then you are qualified for insurance, getting a retirement fund going, et cetera, having more rights on set really is the big thing. So for us, it's a big deal. For writers here, if you are trying to get into this guild at some point, and whether you are a pre-existing novelist who has had successful work, if you are somebody who is still working their way to trying to be in a writer's room or pitch your own things and everything, this is not a good move for you at all, because it really is shooting yourself in the foot in the long term. Yes, you might get a quick paycheck, just like how if I go do a non-union gig, I might get some money right here and now, but I'm not going to get residuals, and I'm not going to get the wages that I'm deserved, and then I could get booted out. For you, if you decide, hey, I'm going to cross that picket line, or I'm going to jump in here, you could be burning a lot of personal bridges, and then the guild itself could deny you access. And then what are you going to do afterwards? You can go back to novels and everything, but it's just not a smart move. I also was reading on Twitter too. I follow this really great artist, DJ Kirkland. He did the Black Mage comics, and he was saying, just did a little tweet of, hey, comic book folks, let's pay attention to this just in case for when they have issues too, and this inevitably happens. We've seen this with the TGA, with the writers who do animation. They've had a whole lot of struggles here too. So I think at the end of the day, all writers, all creatives should be looking at this going, I should share solidarity here, because one day that could be me getting screwed over.
All right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about that? The option of not just using authors who are writers in and of themselves to finish off scripts that they don't have, but that could cause long-term complications. If you're the producer of a project, do you do that? Do you look for a little bit of short-term game at something that might screw you over in the long term? I don't know. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.